Gonna change out these headlights in this 2006 SR5 four-wheel drive. Watched a few videos on this, and I'm already seeing that my vehicle's different than the other 4Runners that I've seen, even though they were 4th generation. These are pretty bad, and I want to change them out. First thing I noticed is that you do have to remove this, and some people have mentioned it, and they just took a kind of a pry bar and slipped it right underneath this piece and popped it right out. Well, that's not how this piece works. If you can see, it's actually two sections. The piece is in two sections, and I broke two of them trying to flip it from this bottom piece. You actually go into that little edge there, flip that out, and then you can slide it out, because you see it expands. So if you took that piece completely out, you see how it expands. Kind of like an anchor in a wall that you put in sheetrock. So all you have to do is pop the top out first and then slip the bottom right out. So I've done that and pulled this off. Another thing that I've seen a lot of is that a lot of the vehicles, they have this piece that goes from here across, and it's like a band that goes all the way across. I've already gotten into my vehicle and see that that doesn't even exist in this 2006. I know that one of the videos I watched was a 2004, and I'm not sure what year the other one was on the 4th generation. So anyway, I'm already seeing some differences, so we'll see where it goes. I've also seen some other ones where they had a screw here. So they said one screw there, one there, there, and then there's the one behind the tire well, that quarter panel. I'm already seeing that I've also got one of those. And some of these things are so easy, I've just been popping them with my fingernail. So let's start. I've removed the 3 bolts, and there was also that plastic grommet there. And then removed the one here, here, and here. I just took my screwdriver and popped it, because you can see that it kind of sits on the little lip there. I did that to just kind of wiggle it out. I know there's that 4th bolt, the one that everyone says is so impossible to get to. I wanted to go ahead and wiggle it out a little bit so I could get these lights off. I'm going to try to show you. You see the camera there. You see this? You need to get down behind that right there to try to flip that tab up and push that at the same time to lift it. And so by moving the light just enough, I'll be able to get to it. The other one I could get to, there's 2. The other one I could get to without having to move it, but this one I have to get in like this. So I'm just gonna take my small, I say small, it's really long, but it's a very small tip, flat screwdriver, and slide it right in there and just flip that tab very gently to pull that light off. All right, so I've managed to get the bolt that's hidden back here. You actually can get it. I've seen some videos where they took the fender well off. You can actually, if you lie down on your back, look up there, figure out exactly where that bracket is. You have to reach behind it, and I took a picture while I was under there to show it. It's a 10mm. You reach behind it and it goes directly in. I'll show you on this new light. So here's the new light. These are the 3 easy ones that we talked about in the clip across the front. You have the 3 easy ones. The way this one goes in is there's a bracket in here up against, say that's the fender, your quarter panel. There's a bracket, and you've got to reach right behind that bracket. And I put a little extension on my wrench. Just put an extension and had to reach behind there and just do it basically by feel and pull it off. But that was a lot quicker than trying to pull off the fender well and remove the tire and everything else that I've seen other people do. the last thing was that I have this piece of trim across the bottom, as you can see right here. Once I had everything released, I still couldn't get it off in this piece of trim. So I looked at the new light to see where it was hanging up. There's a clip here. I'm gonna pull the trim off and show you what the clip looks like, because it was a little tricky. I reached behind the light like this and looked underneath it and kind of figured out how it was clipped on there and managed to get it to release. All right, so there it is. I did not pull it off right here, and be careful. You see this piece? If you swing this out too far, you're gonna break it off right there. But this is the clip. So I had to reach behind it, and if you can get low enough, you can see there's a little bitty lip right there. I had to push it up and push it forward, slide it out from underneath this part right here. That's where it was clipped in. So you actually have 6 points that are holding it. You have this clip from that piece of trim, this piece across the front that was holding the front part of the trim, and then your 4 10mm bolts. We already talked about these 2 headlights, and now that I've got it open, I'm gonna unplug this one, which is just a pinch and pull. But you know how that is, they're always a little tight. All right, so after I pulled out the old light, I went to put the new one in and realized I didn't have anywhere to plug anything into. So you have to remove all of your bulbs off of the back of the old light and your clip. So that clip that I was just messing with, the clip clips right here. The way I did it is I took my needle nose, pinched it, pushed it back, clips right in there. These bulbs are just twist, just like you would replace bulbs when they go out. So you'll just need to key them all back in. And you may buy an assembly that's got everything. I bought a maybe a cheaper assembly. I bought it off of Amazon. I think I only paid like 125 bucks for 2 lights, something like that, which I know that's pretty low from what I was shopping around, but maybe that's because I have to do simple things like this, but it was worth it. Flip it back. Without anything else in the All right, now we're good to go. Ready to put it back in. I think I'm gonna try to start with this bolt first so that I have the flexibility to kind of move this around. Start with this bolt and then work my way around to this front. All right.